Okay, so one of the big new things is blueprints in the workshop. So right now I can go in here to the Steam workshop and see, well, I'm the only one that's uploaded any of these because as I record this, the build isn't live yet. But I can go in here and actually fetch a ship from the workshop, and it's going to give me the information about it. It's going to say that I don't actually have all the stuff that it has. The good thing is it's pretty much just a version of, well, it is still the starter ship. It just has so much extra stuff added. Here, down a little bit. How's it look? Perfect. So now I've got my ship there, and we will call this the Alpha 445. And I'm going to go to Blueprints and Publish. And this is my own work. I'm not plagiarizing anybody or violating trademark. And this, if you want to check this, this means that if your design is really cool and I don't think I'll get sued for it, and you would like it included in the base game, I may pick some of these and add them in as named captains or add them in as selectable blueprints outside of the workshop. So if you do, great. Don't have to, though. And then if you want to publish these privately, you can. I won't do that here, though, because then nobody will be able to see it. So if you're watching this video, you can go look at the Steam Workshop now, and you will see the Alpha 445 as a ship you can import. So here you go. One of the things you can do is import a sketch and use it as in the background to trace over and things like that under here. So here's the Steam page for the workshop in Infinite Empire, and you can see there is the Alpha 445. So I'm looking forward to any designs you guys make. It'll be fun. You'd see some pretty goofy stuff. Here is the new tutorial map. So it actually looks like solar system now. In the next few updates, we'll go and actually add some motion here and more planet-like sprites. But this is already quite a bit of an improvement versus where it was. And one of the neat things here is this exact same map is what is replacing the Sol Empire tab to manage it. So instead of just having the nodes that attach to each other in a, I don't know, pretty, well, just vector art, I guess, now it looks like a galaxy. And this is where all of the tutorial lives. So I'll go through and I should just be able to debug my way through this one, because I don't care about these guys. And I'm going to go pick up the research core here. And you might notice there's some flavor text or galaxy chatter that pops up now. And that's... I really don't want to talk about how long it's taken to make that not just an incredible buggy mess. So hopefully I don't have to think about it for again. So hopefully I don't have to think about any of that system for just a really long time. Maybe even never. Never would be great. Clicking that button again. now we've actually got a fight with Thrix. Finish him off here. And this is targetable. That's kind of one of the neat things about this is the snare has quite a bit of oomph now, so it actually has like a very significant debuff on turn rate and thrust. So you can see that down here. You've got a 60% debuff, a 15% or 25% debuff there. But you can blow it up. You can actually just target it if you want that to end early, which is great. And this is a player ability too. You can research and unlock. The thing I think is nice to use it for is when you're really just trying to target a specific spot on an enemy. So like Thrix here, for example, you can see how grinding through his ship front to back can take quite a bit of time. But if I can get him in a side profile and then use those type of snares, you can kill an enemy a lot faster because you just need to drill through the hull and armor there. You can see just with a second of side profile, I'm able to hurt his core pretty bad. Its core pretty bad. Map. We'll have a captain there. Some other things here that we're tracked now. So in combat stacks, we track shield soak, armor, hull, and also the amount healed, which is cool. So this is a change. The ability to beat up named captains and then recruit them into your fleet has been there for a long time in Conquest, but the intent was always that you could make that choice here too. But the option has been blocked off because I wasn't able to get the logic working right, but now it is. So if I recruit Thrix, they are not going to warp off, and when this transitions into a conquest map, we'll have a captain there. So some of the things you can do with Thrix starting out, you can actually go and boss them around. So I can go in here and give them orders to expand, defend, scout, intercept, hold territory, and they get their ship, which is pretty cool. And it's not a bad ship. The captains will reinforce you if there's a fight on the same node. So having a relatively powerful ally with, abilities and a crafted ship is a big advantage. And you can also make ships for them, but there are some limitations based on, your size and technology level. So after you kill Thrix now, or recruit Thrix, you get to name your empire, and select a color, pick your favorite color, whatever. This is pretty close to what we'll have in the end. This is pretty close to what we'll have in the release game, but there will be flag selection, at least, because I like flags. Maybe portraits too. I haven't really decided on that yet, but the issue I have with portraits is it's hard to have enough of them. I guess it's easy enough just to let you import. So now, there you go. We are in the Conquest map. So the transition from the tutorial to the full Conquest map is a little bit different. There's some things about this that make it easier than just starting a straight Conquest map. For one, you can have Thrix as a captain. Your research carries over, and both of these things in a Conquest game, it might take you 10 or 20 turns to get to the power level that you are when you exit the tutorial. There's also a little bit more of a territory buffer, so go in here and show this. So in a normal conquest game, you only get a 2-node buffer between you and the existing galaxy factions. In this version of it, the galaxy generation seed is, well, the whole process is identical actually, but the buffer amount is increased to 3. That actually makes a really big difference because you can almost get twice as much territory before you really run into the other factions. And because you're noticeably stronger too, if you do pick a fight sooner rather than later with some of the, one of the 4 large factions, or even some of the more powerful independents, depending on how well they do in the early part of the game, you're not just going to get squashed immediately, whereas in the conquest map, you'd be pretty pressured if you just went straight murder hobo right away. Might still be pressed pretty hard if you go murder hobo here too. But now, this is the new Soul map, and I think this looks much better than the old one and has the same functionality that the last couple of builds had, where if you want to build tall instead of wide, you really can just snatch up your immediate unclaimed territory and limit yourself to investing in that plus all of these nodes. And as long as you don't make any of your neighbors mad and you really try and keep a low profile, suck up, select the friendly option in a lot of the diplomacy little mini mission choice events, you can get pretty far along in your research and your economy before the other players in the galaxy decide you are too scary. So being able to build tall is something that I thought was important to have in this type of a game. Because even though this game is, I call it 4x light, it's still 4x, right? All of your nodes have different territories, resources, everything has a full development track. The capital starts off heavily developed, but when you conquer new territories, you only have one build slot, and those things build out as you go. So most of this is probably B-roll that nobody's ever going to see, but I have a hard time not just going through and doing the normal min-max stuff because I'm an old man gamer and it's just built in at this point. Final fight here. See some minor things in the research screen we've changed. So the milestones here only flash, have this pulse when you can afford to unlock them. So if I go in here and I can unlock industrial, and I still have enough to unlock bio, and I've still got enough to unlock ancient, but now I've only got 170 left, so these have stopped blinking at you.